Live. It's time for a coffee. I've got about 15 minutes to say hello. So let's see how this goes today. Hey, it's me, your Scumbag Dad. Little known fact about me is I usually get cold coffee because I don't want to burn my tongue. Because almost every time I get hot coffee, I will burn my tongue. I don't know how to I don't know how to not chug it. I think that's the big problem. Is that every time I get a coffee, I'm like, I'm going to try to drink this as fast as I can. And then as soon as I burn myself, I realize I'm in big trouble. I didn't burn myself that time. That was a nice slow sip. So I'm not ruined. So, hello chat. What is up? How are ya? What do we got? Oh, I can shift this around? That's pretty cool. I didn't know I could do that. All right, yes, real person. So it's me, your Scumbag Dad. I'm here to answer questions, see what you guys got going on. Life is pretty good. I'm going to be changing the name from Scumbag Dad soon, so I just got to wrap myself around the emotional complications of changing my entire online persona. I think I should be your favorite kindness influencer. I think I'm the best. I think I provide more kindness than anyone. I definitely provide more. So the next time somebody asks what gives you faith in humanity, just say Scumbag Dad's videos give my family and I faith in humanity. I have to change because I feel like I am losing out on too many really good opportunities to push myself further because the name usually gets me blocked at the door. Like real roles in like movies and commercials, they basically are like, nah, not this guy. They don't want to have anything to do with me because, think about it from their perspective. My agent will bring in like 3 names for a role, and it's, Julie Cook's, Jeff's family blog and Scumbag Dad. And it's just, there's no comparison, to be honest. I'm always going to get hosed. How I met TX2. One of my band members worked with him, and he said he was cool. And so I just looked him up on TikTok and I said hi. And then we've done like a dozen really good collabs. Almost every time I work with TX2, we get a banger, and he's funny. Here's the watch. It's Day and Night by Mr. Jones. So yeah, that's how I got to know him. A lot of musicians are very serious. They don't have really super silly senses of humor. And I feel like him and Cam, they're willing to let themselves be as goofy as possible. And I think that's something interesting that sets them apart. So yeah, there's a couple words about TX2. Yeah, I'm just trying to inspire and bring hope and be the best kindness influencer I can. Can I show my sunglasses? These are my Kitas. They're a cool pair. Classic Brad Padre pair. Next season of Scumbag Dad? Probably never. I can never really bring it back. I can never bring it back right. So basically where I'm at now is just being the anti-influencer. Hey, it's pretty good. Am I really an orthodontist? Yes, I am. So if anybody wonders whether or not I have a functional job, and I've said this on podcasts before, but I feel like because I have a fully functional career, I can be a lot more bold with the things I say. I feel like I've got to make a more direct video about some of these guys because I keep pointing out different examples of how kindness influencers are bad, but it might be easier to just make one video and be like, look, this is what this guy did, and this is why I think he sucks. Yeah, that's kind of it. An honest question. Do I still do charity and is a YouTube format that doesn't exploit? Yeah, you can do charity in a format that doesn't exploit. Here's the thing, is that I feel like there's a lot of subtleties to intention, right? There's certain creators that I don't hit them because I don't feel like there's any dishonesty. I'll just use an example. It's Surthy Cooks. Now, Surthy Cooks, she cooks, it's all about her, basically. She makes these elaborate meals, and then she gives them to, like, the local needy population. But here's the thing, is that the needy aren't the main focus of the video. And the cameras, she's clearly got a camera crew. You know what I mean? So she's not lying to anybody. She's not making the poor people prove that they need it. She's not making them cry individually on camera. So, I mean, here's the thing. Like, no matter what you do, people will say it's exploitative. It's just that from my set of sort of moral standards, it's about the deception. Who's being deceived? That's the question I want you to ask yourself when you think about judging someone's content. How do I get so many people to play my videos? I'm just lucky. I got a lot of friends. A lot of times I get rejected, you know what I mean? I shoot a lot of shots. Hey, thanks so much. I shoot a lot of shots. Like, I'm at a coffee shop. I just talked to the owner about trying to film here, and he got busy, so I left, and I started drinking my coffee here. My opinion on fart pranks seems harmless, but I don't know if they're being filmed. When you say fart pranks, do you mean like the ones in the elevators? Like, the thing is that it's hard to be mad at fart pranks because, yeah, I mean, they're cringe, and it's a little dumb to film strangers, but there's no inherent deception. Like, the audience isn't forcing a narrative onto the subject. The creator isn't really forcing a narrative onto the subject. I gotta draw lines somewhere. I can't be mad at everybody. And this is why, honestly, a lot of people stage their pranks. Like, I don't like pranks in general because they're just mostly staged, and if they're not staged, they're very stupid. But the thing is that a lot of people stage them because it takes too much time to get a real reaction that works. So it's just easier to stage them. Any plans on long videos exploring beyond shorts? I always make plans, but I always get caught up making so many darn shorts. To be honest with you, the way I work and my rhythm, like, is very expressly geared towards growing on the shorts platforms. I want to try to do like a moist critical thing, but I don't know if I've got the voice where I just rant about stuff. Yeah, store gave it for free, got $1,000. I mean, it's always the same thing. That's my problem with it, is it's an inherently deceptive practice, is that they don't actually need the thing. And when they come in, honestly, they don't look like they need the thing. Like, you got a pretty well-dressed dude coming in with a camera strapped to him. You're not dumb. You're going to be like, oh yeah, here's the apple juice. And half the time that's staged anyways. Like, it's just such a complicated thing that, like, it doesn't actually mean anything. It doesn't mean people are kind. It means that you have staged a scenario to make it seem like people are kind to get more donations to your GoFundMe. Well, the purpose of Scumbag Dad was to do violent crime stories on TikTok, but it ended up getting me into too much trouble, so I had to change it. The deeper meaning of Scumbag Dad was meant to be a critique on parasocial relationships, where through Dad, even though the kid likes Dad the most, the dad leads them down a very dark path, and eventually the kid would, suffer for it. And so the joke there that I wanted to accomplish was that Scumbag Dad is not a model, and that if you sort of listen to people who are fun just because they make you feel good, you will be corrupted. Do I think none of them are genuine? I think none of them are genuine. None of the guys who, do you have $1? I'll take 50 burgers. Zero. No exceptions. If they have a hidden camera or they imply they've got a hidden camera, no exceptions. They're all bad. They're all just as bad as each other, just some are a little smarter, some are a little dumber. Like Keenan Bank is a little dumber. He got caught pretending to buy 1,000 tacos, but they're all bad. It's kind of like, we make fun of the entrepreneurs and the alpha male bros because they live in their own like little dumb bubble of like trying to sell courses. It's basically just a repackaged version of that. Like I can't tell, it takes a lot to, connect the dots. But at the end of the day, kindness content is an offshoot of entrepreneur bro content. And it's tough to think about it that way. But they clothe themselves in a lot of the same philosophies. That's kind of it. So, dental school was tough. Dental school was a lot of late nights, and I wasn't taking care of myself, and I got very good grades, thank God, and it was just a different time. Yeah, I'm in a blue shirt. I'm feeling aggressive. 1,000 tacos. Yeah, some guy bought 1,000 tacos. It was so stupid. Say the line, "I've got a bullet for you." Which one? I've made up so many lines. In simplest terms, what do? I fix teeth. I help people with their dental malocclusions, and I help alter their smile to a more ideal format, and that's what I do. So yeah, I'm gonna be 42 very soon. I'm an old man. I'm too old to be doing this. Where's Mr. Skellybones? I should bring him back. I somehow wound up on like looking at a couple of old videos, and I saw an old Mr. Skellybones video, and I'm like, man, those were really pure days. It was really just super goofy. I couldn't believe I got away with Mr. Skellybones for as long as I did. You know what I mean? Yeah, a lot of new patients recognize me. His mustache? Oh, it took me a while. I gotta trim it down. What kind of kindness content is this? It's the best. I am the best kindness influencer. Yeah, tell H3 to invite me on the show already. Hey, I love your content. Didn't know you do lives. Hey, nice to meet you, Morningstar. Yeah, I can spit wisdom, especially if you throw money at me. Basically this kind of content evolved from a lot of silly skits to a lot more deconstructive stuff. And, I'm going to end the current arc, but I got like 2 or 3 more really absurdist ideas to throw out there, and you'll see. I've got something planned for tomorrow. I can just spoil it if you want. Should I just spoil it? Because you guys are special and you're hearing the live. So I can spoil it. We'll see. So I'm gonna take the homeless stuff to like an absurdist level. I did the 50 cars, but it's gonna get weirder. It's gonna be like 50 dry cleanings, and then the 2 people are gonna argue behind like the counter about whether or not to give them 50 dry cleanings for the homeless. Because one of the ladies is like, it doesn't make any sense. And she's like, shut up, he's a kindness influencer. You got to give him whatever he wants for free, even if it's 50 dry cleanings for the homeless. And so I like that idea. And I'm going to do one where it's going to be a more extreme version of the one where the guy got fired, where I'm like, I don't like this burger. And then the owner grabs him and beats the crap out of him down a corner. He's like, you fucked up for the last time. Oh no, I cursed. I wonder if that's going to get me in trouble. But yeah, there's going to be like a scene of violence where they question why the videos need to open with complaining about food. And I already know it's because they need to inspire a strong reaction right up front. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just about hiring the employee. These videos are not about kindness. They're about hiring the employee to act. Hey, Larry, thank you so much. I will keep making kindness win. I appreciate you very much. Yo, Devil Pancakes, knowing what would do the same thing... knowing what you do now, would you do the same thing or would you do influencer content faster? Okay, I guess the question is, knowing what I do now, if I had to start over, would I do the same thing or would I do influencer stuff faster? Now, knowing what I do now, I guess the question is, what's my financial situation? If I had to make money, I would straight up probably go straight into, like if money was a major concern, I would straight up go into harassing strangers. It is definitely the lowest talent to profit ratio, 100%. If I had to do it again, knowing what I do now, but I'm like financially stable, if I still have my orthodontic job, I would probably still do the same thing. Yeah, I like it. I like being like a little bit of a shit poster. I feel like the one thing I would change would be I wouldn't change the name to Scumbag Dad. I think I would have had a different name because I feel like the name has hurt me quite a bit in a number of different ways. So there you go. Seems like I'm not engaged in making my character do funny things like kind dental content. So it's like this. I had to give up Scumbag Dad. I know it's been 2 years, but the series just became non-friendly guidelines wise, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it right. I did like 1 or 2 extra episodes, but I was still held back. It's weird. In the old Scumbag Dad days, like all the ideas were very pure. They flowed very easily. I thought of the idea and I made it happen, and it always worked. But now, whenever I write it up, I'm cursed with the knowledge that it's like, well, I have to scale back this idea. I have to show this action scene this way, or else the video is going to get hit and demonetized. So it makes the whole process very impure. So as long as if the process is impure, then I'm going to give you an impure product that you're not going to like. And that's not going to entertain my audience, and it's not going to leave me fulfilled. So as for now, it is, it's just more efficient to be a shit poster at the current time. There you go. People collaborate with me. They get in touch with me. I have a bit of a reputation for being easy to work with, and I'll work with people of all levels. Like, you don't need to be a big creator. If you're a friend of mine or a friend of a friend, and your stuff is like decently passable, sure, I'll put you in a video. I don't care. And I've made some friends this way. It's great. Skits, hosting it as a side project on Patreon. Yeah, I have considered that. I just don't have the time. Launching a new website and managing it, like, I'm pressed, guys, between having a baby and my normal job and family responsibilities and trying to get to the gym. Like, where's Smart Death been? He was traveling. We have plans coming up in early September. So you'll see him again. But hey, I gotta head out of this live. This has been fun. Quick questions, go ahead. I got about 2 or 3 more minutes, and then I gotta go. Maybe just 1 more minute, but I gotta drive back to work and say goodbye to the coffee shop owner. I was more of a father figure. Thanks for saying that. I hope I did well. Yeah, have I reached out to H3? I have. They didn't get back to me. I'm such a lucky man. Yeah, I have a beautiful wife. She's really cool. What got me into watches? I just love gimmicky, silly things. I tried to buy a gift for somebody, and I wanted to find something really interesting, like more goofy than a piece of jewelry, and I stumbled into like the world of weird watches. Love the content. Yay. Hey, thanks, Joe. Sent half this to Mr. Skellybones. Man, I really got to bring Mr. Skellybones back. Here's a little piece of trivia. In the Grand Scumbag Dad series, Mr. Skellybones was going to be a reference to a character from Dad's past, who was an assassin who wore a skull mask. I had a really deep meta for like the later episodes of Scumbag Dad that I never got to talk about, where the edits, like all the shitty POV edits, were actually edits done by the kid after Scumbag Dad's death. And the reference, Mr. Skellybones, was a reference to one of Dad's friends during the war. The war, which we never got into because I had to cancel the series. So, whatever, man. Whatever. I'm not bitter about it or anything. Okay, cool. I really have to go. I shouldn't drive while I'm live, so you're all lovely. Hope that little last bit of fun lore was interesting. We will chat soon. Have a great day. Bye.